Thank you all for being here today. Slide 1. Our research question is the peculiarities of spelling rules in formal, informal, handwriting, and internet communication. Slide 2. On this slide, you can see the topic and the aim of research. The development of technical means has led to a trend towards the transition from communication to a written online format. Due to radical social and technical changes, the questions of how language functions within virtual informal communication has become topical. The aim of this research is to establish the dynamics of changes and students' attitudes to spelling rules depending on the choice of one of three different communicative situations: traditional formal, business, and informal, in handwritten notes, and the latest situation of informal internet communication. Slide 3. On this slide, you can see research methods. In the research process, we relied on a specific sociological method, as well as methods of experiment, description, observation. The scheme of methodology of our research is shown in the figure. First of all, a questionnaire was compiled covering a number of general questions: age, gender, place of birth and residence, knowledge of the state language, etc. In the main part of the questionnaire, students were asked 19 questions related to the most important types of the Ukrainian spelling. To help respondents determine their level of spelling competence, examples of typical spelling were provided for each question. For example, the question, do you follow the rules of doubling letters in foreign words, illustrated by examples, Extrany, Tallinn. The experimental part of the study was conducted on the basis of Google Forms, implementing a survey of 397 respondents aged between 17 and 18 years. 56% of respondents were boys and 43% were girls. Students come from different cities and villages of Ukraine and study at technical, economic, and law faculties. For 386 respondents, 97%, Ukrainian is their native language. At the next stage, the collected material was systematized, classified, and described using a structural descriptive method, which is based on comparative analysis. Based on this analysis, it was found that the attitude of young people to the observance of orthography norms at 3 levels of communication were different. In the process of analyzing the survey data, general statistics of answers are taken into account, as well as statistics of answers on a specific question. The obtained results were analyzed using theoretical methods of generalization and induction. Systematized data allowed identifying trends in compliance with different types of spelling rules in different communicative situations, in particular during internet communication. In accordance with the results obtained on the problematic aspects of spelling, recommendations have been developed to improve mobile applications that offer users the correct spelling of words. Slide 4. After analyzing the questionnaires offered to the students of the Lviv Polytechnic National University for a survey on the topic, my attitude to the issue of compliance with current Ukrainian spelling in different communicative situations, we found interesting answers to various questions. The experimental data are summarized in the table. Slide 5. On this slide, you can see percentage of language rules compliance in different communication situations. Analyzing the attitude of the students to the observance of spelling rules in formal business, informal written, and informal internet communication, we have found that in business communication, the majority of students, from 70 to 90%, adhere to spelling rules. Slide 6. On this slide, you can see percentage of language rules compliance in the informal communication. In informal communication, which takes place with the help of handwriting, the level of compliance with spelling rules immediately drops sharply. This is due to the fact that communicators are moving to the conventional style of communication, which is characterized by free handling of norms, including spelling. As adherence becomes unimportant, not all speakers consider it necessary to make extra effort to spell words correctly. Slide 7. On this slide, you can see percentage of language rules compliance in the internet. The level of literacy of informal communication on the internet is especially low, which raises serious concerns. The result of the study eloquently shows that literacy during online communication becomes insignificant for the younger generation, as other means of self-expression come to the fore: images, photographs, the ability to comically present information, demonstrate originality and independence from public opinion by all possible methods, including sometimes deliberate language deviations and obscene language. As a result, some spelling rules in the internet communication are followed by only 50–70% of respondents, and in some cases, even this level falls below 50%. Slide 8. On this slide, you can see percentage of language rules compliance in the formal communication. We have found that in formal communication, the majority of students, from 70 to 90%, adhere to spelling rules. Slide 9. On this slide, you can see conclusions and practical recommendations. The study discovered that internet users between the age of 17 and 18 years significantly underestimate the importance of spelling correctly to communicate online to create a positive human image. The discrepancy between the data illustrating compliance in business and informal online communication in some cases reaches 38%. The experiment confirmed the existence of basic part of spelling rules, which are rarely subject to distortion and are a kind of spelling imperative for speakers. Regardless of the style and format of communication, most communicants try to follow the rules of writing a soft sign, the degree of comparison of adjectives, simplification, doubling, spelling of prefixes z, s, pre, pri, formation of possessive adjectives, capital letters. The results of the study show that it is necessary to take care of eliminating errors in online communication because posts, comments are available to everyone and are stored in the online environment for a long time. Mistakes and errors in online communication can cause significant damage to a person's image. The survey allowed to systematize common speech errors, and it can become the basis for a mobile application development that will prevent the occurrence in internet communication. Slide 10, acknowledgements. The authors would like to thank the armed forces of Ukraine for providing security to perform this work. This work has become possible only because of the resilience and courage of the Ukrainian army. Slide 11. Thank you for attention.